Hey Gerald, Mandy here. Got a question for you. My brother says that I have cooties because I'm a girl. Do I really have cooties? What's the difference between a boy and girl? Do we have cooties? Can you help me out here?
Hey Gerald, what did you think of Mandy's question about cooties, which by the way are not the same thing as cuties?
Well, on my planet, cooties can make your toenails grow 10 feet long. But on this planet, girls don't have cooties. But on all planets, everybody's different.
That's true. So Gerald, with the 10 feet toenails, have you ever gotten cooties on your planet and had to deal with that?
No, I stay away from people with cooties.
Okay, that's good. That would just seem really inconvenient to have those 10 feet toenails. So
I guess so.
you got to make sure to keep that off of our planet, Gerald. So, well, that's a good point. Both about cooties on your planet and cooties in our planet, which cooties on our planet are not real. So you don't have to worry, Mandy, about getting cooties from boys or girls having cooties. But some people do think that boys and girls aren't different. We brought up some good questions about that. And Gerald pointed out that God has made all people different. He's made, even on Gerald's planet, boys and girls are different, right?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, but some people don't believe that boys and girls are different. And there are some people also who believe that there are more things than boys and girls. You could be a boy or you could be a girl, you could be this or you could be that. Some people think that today. And are either of those things true?
No, I don't think so. On my planet, you can tell boys and girls differently because girls have these cool horns on their head.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm glad I'm a boy because I get to wear hats instead.
You do get to wear hats instead. Yeah, absolutely. So there are differences even on Gerald's planets between boys and girls. And there are just boys and there are just girls, which is an important thing to understand because sometimes people can forget about that today. But we love people that forget about that today too. So some people also think that boys are better than girls, or that girls are smarter than boys. Are those true?
No, I don't think so. I think sometimes boys can be a little bit stronger than most girls.
Sometimes, yeah, that's true. So.
And I think girls can usually be prettier than boys. That's just my
true.
Yeah.
That is true, Gerald. So, well, and to kind of point this to the Bible, I actually want to go all the way towards the beginning to Genesis 2, not Genesis 1. We were in Genesis 1 in that Mega Day Camp week. But in Genesis 2, we see that God created two genders. That another word you guys might hear for this is sexes. Two sexes God created. And he made them to be equal image bearers. That means that they're equally made in the image of God. They're equally valuable, equally important, right, Gerald?
Yes.
So there's not one that's better than the other. So and he made these two genders to complement one another, right? To help one another and to make life better. Because if there wasn't boys, and if there was just boys or if there was just girls, would life be better than it is now?
No, I don't think so. And the Bible does say that when God made Eve, he made her as a helpmate.
Yeah.
For Adam.
Yeah. Absolutely. So we see then that God made them even with different roles. So and then this way, and it's awesome. The world is beautiful because God has two different kinds of humans, boys and girls, which are each valuable and each intelligent, each all kinds of amazing things. God made you guys, if you are watching this, God made you a boy if you were born a boy, or a girl if you were born a girl, because that's what he wanted you to be. That's what he wanted for you. That's what his awesome plan was for you. Gerald, God's plan was for you to be a boy, and God's plan was for me to be a boy. And Miss Danielle, my amazing wife, is actually recording behind the scenes, and God's plan was for Miss Danielle to be a girl. And we shouldn't wish that things were different than what they are, should we, Gerald?
No, we shouldn't.
No, because God knows best what's good for us.
Yes.
Boys and girls are, like I said, mostly the same, and most things that boys and girls are the same. If you look at the way the boys and girls' brain are, they're very similar. In most areas, boys and girls are the same. Most jobs, boys and girls can do just as well, for example. But they're equal in value and equal in importance. But boys and girls are different in a way that make the world more amazing. So Gerald, you brought up how sometimes boys on your planet are physically stronger, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so even on our planet, boys can often be more physically strong. They can be a lot physically larger. These aren't always the case. There are girls that are stronger, and girls that are bigger than boys. Sure. And then oftentimes God made girls to actually be better at what's called language skills. You know what that is, Gerald?
I can't think of the words for it.
Yeah, Gerald's a boy here, so he's having trouble. Well, girls sometimes pick up languages better, but also girls can even, it's awesome, girls have easier time perceiving a language, even in faces. They can understand what people are communicating in nonverbals better, because that's just how God made girls and boys different, which is pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so what else do we see about boys and girls, Gerald? What's your final point about boys and girls before the memory verse, Gerald?
Well, actually, the two genders point us to the gospel.
That's absolutely right. So.
And you got to remember, think about this. When God destroyed the world with the flood and created Noah's Ark, he had 2 by 2, a boy and a girl, a male and a female of each animal, go on board the ark.
That's right. So, and I think a cool thing I do want to add before memory verse is not only does the two genders show us the gospel, because in the two genders we actually see in a marriage is a husband and a wife, and that's actually meant to point us to Jesus, who's the husband of his bride, the church, right? And so God made these to point us to Jesus, but also we see an important thing that God wants us to love each other, those that are different from us. God wants boys to love girls and girls to love boys and help each other with difference. So how can boys that are physically stronger help and protect girls, for example?
Well, I know sometimes when I go to the market and I might see a woman trying to reach something on the top shelf. She might not be tall enough to reach it, so I'll go grab it for her. Or maybe she's trying to lift a heavy package and can't get it off the ground, so I'll give her a hand.
That's awesome. Yeah, there's so many different ways that boys and girls can help one another and use the way that they are different to worship God by helping one another.
Right.
So is there a Bible verse we have today, Gerald?
Of course. Today's Bible verse is Genesis 1, verse 27. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him. Male and female, he created them.
So, Gerald, us boys are so thankful that God made girls too, right?
Yeah.
Gerald, you're a hoot.